Hey. Jumping right into Twitch right away this time.
Huh?
Whoop. Got you on the wrong audio thing. Hold on. Whoop. I don't know why. Okay. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Oh, can't hear you now. Son of a... I think Scott Johnson was having the same kind of problems. Well, I don't want to show the streamer. What the heck, dumb thing. Connection. Yeah. Hold on. No, that's right. All right, hold on. Let me just restart this. Give me a second. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. You hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you hear
great.
me?
Yep.
Yay! Work.
Hooray. Okay. I was just saying we're diving right into Twitch this time. I don't know why it's glitching your camera a little bit though, every now and then.
Yeah, no, it's only happens in Twitch. I'm sorry. Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Discord is just being a poo-poo head lately.
I gotta find that external webcam I have. It's a 1080. Should be using it. It's from work.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I suppose we should get into it. What do you think?
I think so. I think I'm gonna go to bed after this. I'm
gonna with
ready
you.
to
I might
just...
not even post this right away.
I don't know what it is right now, but I'm just like, this week has just been just lazy town for me. Don't want to be. It's just like, ugh. I think it's the weather. I seriously think once it
hibernation
changed
mode
over,
is starting to initiate.
Yeah, I'm like trying to beat it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I suppose I don't know why my freaking Stream Deck is being a piece of shit too. Nothing works. Probably because I upgraded. I foolishly upgraded right away to what do you call it? That one thing.
To
the latest Mac OS, Ventura. Yes. Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna count us down then. And 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to Disnerds Plus, where we talk about your favorite nerdy shows on Disney Plus. This is episode number 26. We're talking She-Hulk number 8, Ribbit and Ribbit. Wednesday, October 26, 2022. I got the correct date this time, it looks like. I'm Shane.
Oh, I'm Mike.
Well, hello, Mike.
Hey, Shane.
Is it going with you?
It's going great. By the way, this episode was pretty good.
Spoilers, it was a good episode. Well, then.
That's just enthusiasm.
May as well end it here now. You know everything you need to know at this point. No, it was, I would agree.
See you guys.
I would agree, though. This did seem like a pretty decent episode, in fact. But, maybe not as good. Actually, I'm trying to remember. Actually, yeah, you know what? You didn't mind the last episode either, right?
No, I liked it. It was funny.
Speaking of which, previously on She-Hulk, we were talking about the episode where Jen goes to the retreat. It was literally called The Retreat, it turns out. after not hearing back from Joshua, after 3 dates and then sleeping with him, not hearing back from him, she gets to go to the Summer Twilights resort of Emil Blonsky, the former Abomination, or still
He's
kind of,
yeah,
yeah,
he's a calm abomination.
culmination. He's a culmination.
Culmination. Hey.
She goes there because his parole officer tells her that his inhibitor went off. They get there. He thinks it's because his chicken princess silk feather was stuck in a fence. That had something to do with it. And
I love that he has a chicken named Princess Silkfeather.
they end up there's a tussle between what the heck was the Minotaur thing's name? Man or whatever.
Yeah.
bull man bull, right?
Man bull.
And El Aguilar, I think. And then
yes,
they end up meeting some of the other people that are there at the retreat, including someone who thinks they're a vampire, a quote-unquote porcupine, or just porcupine, and then one of the guys that went after her, one of the wrecking crew people as well.
The wrecking crew, yep.
We're all kind of there, and they ended up kind of all singing Kumbaya by the end of it, and getting her to block Josh from her phone. I guess you should say she got stuck there because of that fight between Man Bull and El Aguilar. But then by the end of it all, they got her to do a yurt, kind of like a ritualistic sauna sort of experience. And
kind of want to try this yurt. Sounds kind of fun.
And
just like I want to try the you ever heard of the saltwater float thing you can do?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's like you go in this pod thing with salt water, and you lay there for like an hour, and you float because literally you're in salt water, so that your body's buoyancy is different, and you're supposed to be like super super happy and calm when you come out. So nice. I might have to try this. Yeah.
You should start your own retreat. Like saltwater float retreat. Sounds
That's
good.
Right.
I'd go.
Saltwater ponds.
Oh, there you go. Nice. It's better than Twilight Highlands or whatever.
Summer Twilight.
I keep using different. What did I say last time? Twilight Princess. It's all like video game references.
Put I think Princess Silkfeather with the place.
I think Twilight Highlands might be a zone in World of Warcraft, so like it's all like I think is in video games. Yeah, but then by the end of it, we of course see that Josh was not the man we thought he was, and ended up transferring some data from her phone and taking a picture of her and sending it to a certain someone. What was the name on that text again?
I believe it was Hulk King.
Oh, right. Nice. So that will be...
Or part of the intelligentsia.
I see.
Whoa.
Jump forward to episode 8. We start off. We're in the city. We are getting an aerial of the city. We see a mysterious frog person. Everything in the show is like everyone's like an animal person.
Yeah, right. Except Mortal Man. He's not really animal.
No, that's true. Not everyone. Yeah, fair. This frog man hops down onto a van of 2 people trying to steal some TVs or whatever. It's like stereotypical, trying to rob an electronics store of some sort.
Yeah, definitely. That was a little weird.
And that's where we hear him use the name of the episode right away. Well, first he introduces himself. First he says he's the guard frog, and then ends up using his catchphrase. Does introduce him as Leapfrog, but says it's time to ribbit and rip it. Uses his not so much jetpack, but jet legs into the air. Jet boots?
Jet legs. You say jet legs?
Jet legs, yeah. Jet boots, whatever they're called.
Yeah, I think it'd be jet boot.
Those go into the air,
that's
and
awesome.
they appear to malfunction because by the time he lands, he crash lands into the parking lot, and you can see his boots / legs are on fire, and then ends up hiring Jen to be his lawyer, and talks about how he's got 3rd-degree burns from this. And so this is Leapfrog, aka Mr. Patilio. What was his first name?
I don't know.
Leapfrog Patilio.
Wait, I can look. Ooh.
I'm looking too, actually. Vincent Patilio. I don't know if they say it's Vincent. Oh no, Eugene. Eugene is the name they said.
Yeah, in IMDb it just says Leapfrog.
So what's weird is it says
first name.
It's got Vincent in the Marvel database, but I think it's Eugene.
Walters meant Eugene Patilio, also known as Leapfrog.
Maybe there's another character that comes in, or maybe they actually just changed the name. I don't know. But so yeah, Jen thinks that he's owed money for this, like he's got a case, and then comes to find out that the tailor behind this suit is none other than Luke Jacobson, the same one who made her own outfits of sorts.
Not good for her.
No, and then she's, immediately thinking there's another conflict of interest, so she takes that right away to Holloway, and he's so dismissive once again, as he was in the case with Blonsky. He thinks this isn't that much worse than that, and she just keeps getting screwed that way. But does end up he wants her to. He figures she should try to convince Luke to basically drop the case or not let it go to court. Make an agreement with him, which she when she gets there, he's in complete denial about the whole thing, and assuming everything he does is perfect, and he's not having it. So he, as he's working at it, because when she first gets in there, says like, he assumes she's there for the suit for whatever he's working on, and says, for the gala, right? I think that's what he was working on. That he said it would be done Friday, and by the time it's over there, he rips this whatever he's working on off of the mannequin, and so he's pissed. Then she gets pissed and says she'll see him in court. So,
but she prepaid it. Remember, she's like, I prepaid for that. So, and then that was funny because she kind of got stuck at the door, like waiting awkwardly in his office, like, oh, come on.
That's right. It's like a not
trap
door. A door needs to, somebody else needs to control.
Yeah, you gotta have a button. Yeah.
But so then they go to court, and at first all we see is Luke there by himself on the defense, and so they're thinking the judge is like, you're representing yourself, and then they kind of laugh it off, like, wow, who would represent? He says, I'm not representing myself. I'm not, what kind of a fool do you take me for? And then in walks, of course, Matt Murdock, which admittedly I have not. I think I saw the first episode of the Daredevil series. So
well, I mean, they're gonna reboot it, so it's not like you're gonna. It's a good series. I gotta tell you that it was one of the good Marvel Netflix series because you can. I mean, it's not going to be as bloody as it was in the Netflix series.
Yeah, certainly not. But despite all the now R-rated content that happens to be on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting how that's for easily transitioning. They're like easily doing it now. It's not like they like test out. They kind of put one out there first and like, let's see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You know?
and they haven't, correct me if I'm wrong here, but maybe we talked about this already, but they haven't announced what the rating for Deadpool 3 is going to be yet, did they?
No.
Because Ryan Reynolds straight up says it's MCU. I mean,
Yeah, it's MCU. That's why he's working on the script and so we're waiting. And Kevin Feige's
so we don't know.
the one that's going to go.
It could be the first. Well, I don't know. When does Blade drop? Because did that
next time this year, or what the hell? This time next year. I said that like backwards in my mind. I'm like, wait, what?
So having said that, 2023 is also Deadpool 3. Do we not know which is first?
No.
Of course, I actually don't know. It's Blade. Does Blade? Did they announce a rating for that one? I suppose ratings.
They haven't.
Ratings are not really
But
announced that early,
I think
are they?
Blade just lost their director, and I'm hoping that the rumors are true and they get Sam Raimi to do it because he's done horror stuff, or scary stuff, monster stuff.
He basically had to dial it back already with Multiverse of Madness,
which was still pretty good.
So there's a good chance we're gonna get PG-13 Blade and Deadpool possibly, if I had to guess. But
I mean, you never know. Marvel could start getting bold and saying, we have to go a little bit. We have radar. Let's do it. I mean, they got to realize they have a big fan base is like adults.
Well, what are the most not to we're already on this tangent. Let's just keep going with it. So, are most of the other MCU movies PG or PG-13? I don't really usually pay attention to this.
I think they're mostly PG-13.
Are they? Captain America. Let's see. America Civil War. Let's see. Like that one, just as a general example. Yeah, okay, that one is in fact. So, I mean, it's not that much of a stretch. So the Star Wars equivalent of this was that those were always PG up until Revenge of the Sith was their first PG-13 movie. Now they've like all been PG-13 since then, I think, just about. So, but not to say that.
I mean, She-Hulk is TV-14, so that must be like PG-13. Yeah, it's PG-13 almost.
Yeah,
but they make it TV-14.
It's always weird that they make the TV ratings that much different, but yeah, that's funny.
It just sounds better, I guess. TV-14 instead of TV-13.
Like video games, I think video games use the 13, right? No, I don't know. Ratings are weird, but how they determine
who follows ratings anyways?
Yeah. So there in walks Matt Murdock, and kind of like, who's this guy? And immediately starts making really good arguments. Jen also is making really good arguments. It's like the most competent lawyering we've seen this whole series. Just about, there's actually both sides are
pretty good,
doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, this Eugene fellow Leapfrog man, he holds up the suit, how it's so damaged, and apparently Matt Murdock gets a little whiff. Apparently he's not just good with his hearing; his smell is, I guess, also heightened because he immediately smells it and says, "Is that jet fuel?" And that did not go so well for him, obviously, because they talk about the instructions explicitly saying to not to use a certain type of fuel, and clearly jet fuel is not the way to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Leapfrog doesn't seem like the brightest superhero, anti-hero, whatever you want to call him, person.
No, not so much. But
he just has a lot of money that he can spend.
I'll admit, I actually kind of like this costume though, a little bit. Kind of think it looks.
There you go. You could be Leapfrog for Halloween.
Yeah, So
You gonna get the
as
jet fuel and all?
so
Sorry.
on Luke's way out, of course, Jen tries to apologize and have Luke take her back, but
Get your way back in.
he's not having it. Of course, he's he's yep, not unforgivable, I guess. So
Pretty much. He kind of holds a grudge.
yeah,
Pretty bad.
maybe a little bit of one. Yep. So then of course we're taken back to Legalese bar, and I actually paid attention to the sign outside this time that it specifically does say it on the above the door, and we get someone. I don't know if we can tell right away. It's someone buys Jen a drink, and it is Matt Murdock happens to be there, buys her an appletini, and she's obviously a little bit bitter here, but also she's talking about how she hates it when people take the high road. but secretly she's a bit smitten already, I think, at this point. And
Hold on. Did you say smitten?
Smitten. She's quite smitten with him.
I feel like we're in the Lord of the Rings and you're talking in like some Elvish
Old English
language.
So
She was smitten. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. You know. So what do you want me to say? She wants to bang him. So they're talking about. She starts asking him about how he's out of town from New York, right? Is where he comes from. Oh, from Hell's Kitchen specific. That's the like part of New York, is it?
Yeah, it's like a suburb. They call it I don't think I'm like boroughs or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, right, exactly. So they get to chat and they get to talking a little more, and he ends up getting a call, and so after he takes this call, I think is that when she gets the text from Todd about her, one of the guys that she previously went on a date with.
And is also technically she's his lawyer for. Ugh.
Right. And
weird.
He also he was also one of the ones that showed up in court for her the one time as
oh yeah,
against Titania, right?
What? Yeah, I was against Titania. That's right.
For the her namesake really. And yeah, that he needs the lawyer up too, and then Matt's got to go. He had a matter to deal with. And so then she goes to this restaurant that Todd is at, and starts telling her about how he won an authentic Wakandan war spear for a milli, as he apparently thought she wasn't going to understand initially, has to spell it out, feels compelled to spell it out. That's a million, turns out. And I guess the Wakandans want it back because I guess it was stolen by, they said, colonizers. Stolen from that. And
yeah, it's their word.
He's saying he's got the receipts. He can prove everything here. Prove that he bought it or won it legitimately. But don't think he's gonna get to keep that one. But he still tries to flirt a little bit and make a move and calls her babe, and so she kind of just shoves the table at him or knocks over some wine and just gets the hell out of it.
Hands her a big glass of wine and she's like, nope.
Right off the bat, I'm out of here. Cannot blame her whatsoever.
It's a good call. Good job, Jen.
Yes. Well done, Jen. So she goes home and just kind of falls right down on her couch. Just one of those days. And immediately gets the call from this Eugene Leapfrog fellow, and so he's getting chased / attacked or something. We can't tell what's going on initially, and he says he's on his way to the lily pad, and then immediately
That's so weird.
refers to it as his secret hidden lair, or secret no, what did he call it? Something dumb.
Lily. I thought it was just lily pad.
It is lily pad, but he calls it his something secret lair, like well-known secret lair. Like basically it was he makes it sound like it's a secret lair that everyone knows about. It's just hilarious.
I like when you said lily pad. I'm like, really? You called your place lily pad? And everyone's supposed to know that? Of course, then it made sense because he had, sign on it.
Yeah, big
green
sign.
Neon sign.
Let's see if I can find. Let's see. She-Hulk 8. Lily pad secret lair. I just want to see. There's Easter eggs we might have missed. Wait a minute, maybe. I should see what this is about. This thing's about my show. She talked about in there. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, they talk about the Sokovia Accords at some point. I don't want to jump ahead too much. I'm trying to remember all this. Anyway, hold on. Maybe we can talk about some of that later. But the line, I really wish I had that specific. Let's see. Episode 8. Script maybe? I don't know if they'll have that. This might be
maybe.
Secret. Oh, here we go. He says it's my famous secret lair. Famous secret lair. I just wrote it down right. That makes more sense. Yeah, very famous giant sign on the building. Yep, that's hilarious. But so then she takes that as an opportunity to try out her suit that's been zipped up, I think, this whole time. Like, presumably, like, we haven't seen it. Presumably, no one else, like, she hasn't actually taken it out before this. But
no, this is the first reveal. Yeah.
She ends up. So I think this was this at the top of the building at this point where they meet up initially. This is at the top of the lily pad.
Oh no! Back up a little bit, because don't they like? Wait, no, they do meet up.
Yeah, I'm just saying
they fought already. Yeah.
When they first start fighting, when she first,
when she first see him. Oh, okay, yeah. So let's see. Leapfrog is driving his car.
Leapfrog's on his car.
Up the like, I guess, a parking garage, I would say. Right. And then I think, Daredevil's on top, and She-Hulk just like kind of stands in front of his car and runs into She-Hulk, and then Daredevil flips over her, and then they start. She tells what's his name, Eugene, to get out of here, and he pulls down, and then they start fighting on the top of the roof of the garage, parking garage.
Start fighting. Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was the same, if it was just a separate parking garage, or if that was literally just the top of the lily pad.
No, it was. They were not even near the lily pad yet, I don't think.
Okay. So she's in her new suit at this point, which is pretty similar to the comics, right?
Yeah. I'd say pretty much. I mean, there's some of the older comics are a little more risque, I would say. But
oh yeah, it's certainly toned down from that. But yeah, it's at least got those colors, the purple and white. Although I'm trying to find like some of the older comics. It's probably like any other superhero or any other comic book character, just kind of transforms over time too, has different iterations like anything else, right? I assume. But I think the purple, so the purple is just kind of, it's just kind of the Hulk thing to wear with the green, I guess.
Yeah.
It's good
maybe
contrast. Yeah.
Green and purple, yeah, they do work together.
Yep. So then they, they're fighting. They're fighting stuff. They're not sure what's going on here. So first, initially, she just thinks she's defending Leapfrog, and then she ends up throwing vehicles around, like, that's what
She
She
threw her
Hulk does.
car, and he
Yeah.
was like, well, he's flipping around everywhere, so she's getting frustrated because she can't get the guy. It's like a kind of like a gnat being annoying to you when you're flying around. So that's when she does that Hulk
Yeah, thunderclap or
clap or
whatever it's
something. Yeah,
called. Yeah.
it like messes with his senses, and she finds out that it's Matt Murdock.
Yes, she just lifts him up, takes the mask off, and says, "Matt?" And I'm not used to really seeing him without the glass. Like, this was the first I may have seen him without the glasses, having not seen the
Yeah, he does
Daredevil
pretty good.
show.
He does do a pretty good imitation of a blind person, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. And it's at that point that Matt explains to her that Leapfrog actually kidnapped Luke, which is like, wow, surprise! No wonder you were being chased, you jerk.
Yeah.
Ended up kidnapping, and he also talks about his echolocation, essentially, that he has with just being able to hear really well.
Oh, and not able to see. Yeah, he's like a bat.
Yes, exactly. And but that's a different comic franchise. But then, well, I guess Morbius is kind of, I guess that's technically
Yeah.
Marvel, right? Jen also makes a comment how it's very daring to use the ketchup and mustard colors, which my understanding is it's different. It's a different suit color from the
The other one was red.
Netflix series. I keep thinking it's ABC. Like, I keep getting confused because they had the different the different ABC Marvel shows, and then they had the different
The ABC
Netflix Marvel shows.
Kevin Feige has said like Agents of Shield doesn't, because he had no say in what that storyline was, and he doesn't consider that MCU.
Right.
But
Even
it could
though,
be like it's like another universe kind of thing.
sure,
Though.
even though that literally used the characters from from the
I know,
MCU.
but it's just like you got to think of it as just one of the part of another universe in the multiverse.
Right. Well, I didn't really get that into it. Besides all that, it seemed like the most boring, like Marvel stuff because it was all just. It seemed like it was mostly just regular people. I don't know.
It was fun. I liked
Yeah.
it. Of
Yeah.
course, I guess I'm biased because I like Marvel.
But again, I guess I
No, that I
took it
can't
too
say that
harshly.
because there's some Marvel stuff that I can't watch or
Yeah.
entertain.
So, well, so it's also interesting. So it was a different. What were the colors? The suits colors in the Netflix series? Did you say?
Well, first it was just like he had a black, like just kind of like his own kind of suit, black, and then just had this rag. It wasn't really a rag, but it looked more. Didn't look like where he had a helmet, just to cover his face, and then he'd fight. And then at the end of the first season, it turned into this red Daredevil, like the devil and everything.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
this one I actually like this one better because it's like got multicolor to it.
Well, supposedly, it sounded like
This is
that was
one of his
closer to the
original.
comics, right?
Yep, it's one of his
Yeah.
original looks.
Which, something came to mind about that, which is that that looks, huh? Almost looks gold in this picture, but the oh, interesting. So like Iron Man, so he doesn't get called as ketchup and mustard, but it's basically the same colors, right?
Yeah, his is more gold.
Yeah. Iron Man, I don't know what one actually. I think it's actually more red than gold, right? But you're just saying it's more like the gold is more gold than mustardy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say.
I mean, I definitely
This is
think it's
more
more
like
metallic.
this is a
looking.
more definitely a more like scaled down yellow. Like it is a mustardy yellow.
Yeah. I suppose. Trying to find one of the new suit. Not a lot out there yet. But yeah, I guess so. Very, very much more mustardy.
Mhm.
But then we see Luke kind of working on some threads down in the lily pad. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, not before, quite yet. Well, yeah, I guess it was around this time, but Matt starts talking about how he can basically tell how many people are in the building, and just by hearing the heartbeats, right?
Mhm.
And it was like what 10 or so in the building,
25.
or
25.
or 25, you know. And says he can even hear hers and how it's fast, and she gets kind of like a little bit embarrassed by that, I think, you know.
Infatuated
She's like, I'm
for a
healthy,
second.
she says. But so then we see the guards start talking about like how they feel kind of, or one of them in particular seems like he feels a little disrespected, and
Oh yeah.
I didn't quite
You can
understand
call
it.
a tadpole.
Yeah, but he said something about baby frogs at first, and
Well, he
then
says, I don't want to be called a baby frog, but and then the one guy's like, yeah, I don't want to be called a tadpole. He's like, dude, that's like he was about to say about like that's the same thing, and then he got knocked out by Daredevil.
right. So then Daredevil starts kicking some ass, punching him around, kind of like having seen the first episode of Daredevil, or at least the end of it, it was, to me, it was kind of reminiscent of that, where he just starts kicking some ass in the hallway. And I don't know if that was intentionally kind of what they were going for here, similar sort of scene. But by the end of it all, there's a group of what, 6 of them or so that start approaching him. He's about to kick some more ass, and then Jen just falls from the ceiling, and She-Hulk smashes them all. And
She-Hulk smash.
so far they make kind of a good duo, it turns out.
Oh yeah.
Then proceeds to bust through the wall, Kool-Aid Man style, and lifts up an arcade machine, throws it down, and not before Eugene is so that's an antique or something. That's a collectible, whatever he says.
Yeah, collectible.
And then
She didn't care.
she goes ahead and starts untying Luke, despite him being resentful still and ungrateful at this point, seemingly. And like it's all going on at once. She's advising Eugene to stop now, and not to make things worse.
To get no
And
more charges.
during all this, Matt is off fighting the tadpoles. I guess that's these guys. And so Eugene / Leapfrog literally leaps out the window, and yeah, doesn't go so well for him. It turns out
No.
he's not Mr. Immortal here.
Right? I think he doesn't have any superpowers.
Right. Yeah. Turns out he actually got injured at that point. Yeah, what did I mean by Jen says Matt's really doing it for her? What did I mean by that?
Before Leapfrog jumps out, he says something about she's talking about his charges, and he's like in the background saying, "Well, that could be something about PTSD and something." And he's like, "What?" Eugene's like, "What is that? Another lawyer?" He's like, "No, I just like watching a lot of crime drama or something
Oh
like that."
yeah, that's right.
And then she's like, "Guy's really doing it for me." Like,
Oh yeah, doing it for her. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he's a fart smeller. Uh, So then after all that, outside, Luke is now he's more grateful and agrees to be her tailor again and to make her gala suit. Gala. I always want to say it like
Gala.
gala.
Thanks.
Um,
Gala. Gale.
Gala. Right. I think
Oh, a
that's
Gale.
gala. Yeah. I don't know why that word's so hard to me. And so then after it all, we've got Jen and Matt on the roof with the giant lily pad sign above them. They have a little bit of a touching moment there, and she asks him when he's leaving going back for New York. He says tomorrow, and so then he suggests maybe next time you're in town I can do dinner or take you out for dinner, and then she gives the or maybe we can skip all that and they go back to her place and still in suits because they're both in theirs. It's just a little more awkward with Matt's suit. But yeah. So that happens. And still in the suit, and he walks. We see him walking, doing the walk of shame as is described by Nikki when she gets there. But at least presumably he was there in the morning.
I mean, we've all done the walk of shame.
unlike some of the couple of the other guys we've seen her with as of late. Presumably seems to have hung around.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nikki gets there and says she sees a guy doing the walk of shame. She didn't realize it was that he was walking from her place necessarily, but initially, and then so they start talking about the gala, and then we get the
gala.
Very much the penultimate fourth wall break here, where she starts talking about, wait a minute, does that mean the next episode's the finale? And that, oh man, there's going to be a twist now, isn't there?
Dun, dun, dun.
She's like, and it's funny because the whole time I was thinking this right before, I'm thinking in my head, like, yeah, this has probably got to be like the end of the episode, right? Near the end of the episode. And so she's kind of acting like the episode should be over already at this point. I didn't get the runtime on this one, but it felt a little bit longer.
It's like 35 minutes.
Okay. So she does, she arrives at the gala. I feel like I need to double check on that pronunciation. I say you're right. Gala. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's
gala.
And so she arrives in this shiny, silverish looking dress, sparkly, sort of
a lot of sequins.
Sequined, yeah, dress. With Nikki, and then they arrive in a some sort of black SUV. I don't know. It wasn't a limo, I don't think, but she finds her parents right away, gets to her parents, and then she also sees that Holloway is there, and then, of course, Todd as well. Got to have Todd there.
Yeah, she looks like she's like going to throw up when she saw him.
Yeah. That guy. So they announce, so then they're all sitting down at the tables and the presentation for the female lawyer of the year, and she gets announced first. They say Jennifer She-Hulk Walters, and then like 6 other women as well for whatever reason unexpectedly also get announced. I mean, to be fair, that's still, a few out of like probably quite a lot.
Yeah.
So it's still a prestigious award, I would think. So then one by one, they're all saying a little something about their award, including Mallory. Mallory was up there as well. And she was a little more like resentful about the whole thing and like how hard it is and how by
Yeah,
the time it gets. Sorry, what's that?
they gotta do like extra work just to get to the level of a man.
Right, right.
She basically said, I was like, hey, yeah, that's true. Some cases.
Mm-hmm. And by the time it gets to Jen, so Jen she starts like, she just wants to thank people. She starts thanking her parents and her friends and everything. And then we get how I can only describe as an anonymous like interruption of broadcast with intelligentsia, which you know what it also reminded me of was I think that's what they were. So we were at the Omega Mart Meow Wolf exhibit at Area 15 in Vegas, and like at one
No.
point in that they have a, not to like spoil the quest line, but there's kind of like a similar sort of interruption in like how Anonymous might do it, right? How they interrupt like a broadcast feed or something, but in this case, and um, so they start showing on this big screen behind her all this leaked info of her, photos and texts and everything else, and after all those texts and everything, then it just shows the video of, I think it's her and Josh, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah, and them
in
hooking up.
in bed, and it's not. I mean, it's not showing everything initially. Um, didn't get to the good stuff, the quote unquote good stuff.
Well, I'd imagine there's a good reason why it's Disney.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so they ended up. Yes, obviously she's pretty pissed at this point. Like her parents are there, like looking on to this. Oh, and I should say before any of that, they like the intelligentsia says something about like calls her a slut or something in there, and then starts showing
Yeah.
that video. So she
And
argues, you know, understandably gets very angry at this, and then I think is it Mallory who's trying to
Mallory's like, don't do it, don't
don't
do
do
it.
it, don't do it, but she's too
And
enraged
she
at this point and
does.
just smashes that screen, um, for good reason, I think.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's her life in front of everybody. That's embarrassing as hell. Anyone
Oh,
would get
for
mad
sure.
at that.
Yep. And yeah, then she sees off in the back of this place, there's these guys in black and black sort of face masks.
Taking pictures and stuff.
So she,
Intelligentsia goons probably.
right. So she goes chasing after those guys, and yeah, she grabbed one of them, didn't she?
Hmm.
Yeah. What?
And then she put him down after she got kind of surrounded by what I'm going to think is damage control officers.
Oh, gotcha.
Uh, DO is it damage?
DC,
No, DC control something. Can't think of the damn
DODC.
thing. DODC, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that from after you taught me.
Department of Damage Control. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, from Miss Marvel, of course.
Hmm. They're starting to show up everywhere. It's like the new Shield, but for prison.
Mm-hmm. So that's yeah. Anything else I missed on that one?
That was it. That was the end of the scene when they had her surrounded with their sonic boom cannons, and
Right.
that it. So next
Those
till the season finale
those
next.
guys are the worst. Well, those intelligentsia, I guess, are probably working together or something.
Right. It's all in government conspiracy, man.
And as it was brought to my attention last week, by either you or Brian, one of you mentioned how the image, like they have some of those drawings and the end credits are
They
at the
change.
beginning
Yep.
and end are kind of the same, but yeah, in between the one I noticed, the one that jumped out to me is having Daredevil's mask on the bedside, the side
Oh
the
yeah,
end
yeah.
table.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jen
All
getting it on.
right then. Well, I suppose we can get to this part.
I'm gonna go 4-1.
Really picking it up this time, huh?
I mean, it was they. I think last episode and this episode are pretty even keel. This one was a little bit more action, so that's why I gave
I
it a little more
will
point.
I will agree with you on the more action. I am going to actually give this one slightly lower though.
Ooh,
It didn't make me. I don't know. I guess I hold like comedy in higher regard, and I didn't
that's fair.
laugh nearly as much. So I'm gonna say
I mean,
3.9, and we'll just make this an even 4 for this one.
I gotta say, I just realized I gotta watch more comedy because I watched Dodgeball the other night. It was just on, and I was laughing my ass off, and I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot how funny this movie was."
Ha! Nice. Yeah, that is a good movie.
Dodge,
Been a
duck,
while.
dive, blah
Don't
blah.
dive and dodge.
Dodge.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball. You gotta.
That was a.
There's some line in there where
Oh,
Victoria's like, you gotta hump the something. I don't remember what he says exactly, but put it in.
something sexual innuendo in there somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, it's good stuff. It's also where we get Lumberg and Jason.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what the hell's his name? I can't think of it.
It's not it's not Sudeikis.
Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman.
Bateman, yeah.
And
That's
Gary,
like
Gary Cole.
he looks super young in there. Like when I saw it, I was like, wow, you're really really young.
Yeah.
It was when I was working the other night when I was like, all right, I had to do tickets, so let's have something in the background, and it's very entertaining while I'm working. Great
Nice.
on a slow night.
All right. Well, yeah. So this series so far is looking averaging probably about 4, maybe even a little higher. Pretty good series, minus those couple of stinkers in there. But
Yeah, there's a few.
yeah.
Just getting better.
Oh yeah, we're getting back on track. I hope over the last episode should stick the landing. I'm guessing it will.
Oh yeah,
Mike
definitely.
may or may not have seen it. I have not yet, so
I have
for sure.
It's great.
Nice.
That's all I'll say. It's a good ending. But I'll watch it again because I have to refresh my memory again.
Gotcha. Well, thanks, Mike. It's been fun.
Thanks, Shane.
Yeah. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want to reach us, disnerdsplus@gmail.com is the place you can do that. Our website is disnerdsplus.com. We are recording Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central at twitch.tv/ShaveMaddox. You can find Mike at Cool as a Cucumber. You can find me at ShaveMaddox. And until next time, take
Adios.
care. What does Daredevil say? Does he have a catchphrase? We'll just say Hulk smash. She-Hulk smash. Bye.
There you go. See y'all, man. Bye.
I like how my internet just now decides to take a crap.
What?
Which you can barely even hear me now, probably, because my internet is the worst ever.
Wow. Andor's almost done for the season.
I was gonna say I don't
Oh,
know if
well, we're halfway. No, I take it back. November 23rd is the last one. There's 12. I was looking at 9, but there's 12.
Mm-hmm.
But getting close.
Yeah. Yep. I was kind of just wondering that if we even bother with that one.
Maybe we want to just because we're gonna run into hunting. I think we should just start fresh on the next one that comes out.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, It's possible. As much as I love Star Wars.
We could do. Yeah, I know. I kind of want to make it balanced, but it's like really hard right now.
Yeah.
We could do the one-off on Werewolf by Midnight, or Werewolf by Midnight.
Yeah, I mean that's one.
It's an hour long. Just
Yeah. Isn't like every episode of Andor just about that, or is it 40?
They're about 40 some minutes.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a more of a spy thriller kind of thing, you know.
Right.
You're not going by like Jedi and stuff. You're just going by watching the rebellion grow or be grown or built.
Gotcha.
I think the first episode. The first episode is like 50 minutes long. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Did you get my text about seat layout?
Oh no. Oh.
I didn't want to buy anything until I got it okay from everyone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, look at this. I got this too. Probably appreciate this. If you can see it with not the light. God, it's Sabine Wren.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
It's Amazon exclusive. It's the only Star Wars one on here. She's all alone.
Wait a minute. I thought you had like a Mando one or something. No.
No, I got a droid one, but that's on my my coffee table, my bookshelf. I could probably move it over here by her.
Gotcha.
Oh. I think I'm gonna go to bed, but yeah.
All right. Yeah. You have a good night. Thanks. Appreciate
Good episode.
it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Sorry about the internet glitch there. Really not a fan of my internet provider right now, but you couldn't tell. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye now.